Hello there guys, it's ProudPidgezard here and welcome to a brand new series, mainly because my computer shut down probably a month ago and I had to physically completely restart it because something. I genuinely don't know why, but because of something. So I decided why not do medieval, and I've got a different record software, my old one, so just trying to get used to it again. And I thought, if I'm going to go do medieval, you kinda need to do, well, I need to do the Britannia campaign because I need to go Scotland. You've got England, who hold a lot of land, Wales, Scotland, Ireland and Norway. So we'll go Scotland, obvious reasons. Short campaign, we'll do that and then probably end up wanting to take the full of Britain, to be honest.
Britannia, a land of emerald isles, a land of kings, a land of war. England. King Henry sits upon a hungry throne, thirsty for more land. The Norwegians, warriors happy to pay the blood price for their ambitions. Scotland. From the Highlands and across the lowlands comes a spirited people ready for battle. Wales, a people of song and sword, and leaders that will bend their knees to no man. And Ireland. Suspicious of his neighbours, the Irish warrior never sleeps, though he dreams of conquest. Britannia. One realm, 5 kings, total war.
There we go. To be honest, I've never played medieval as much as the other games. And there we go. Now, I can show you within reason roughly where I stay in Scotland. That little port there will be Ayr, because there's Arran, Glasgow, so that will be roughly Ayr. And I'm at a wee village. Now here's me trying to think it's to the south of Ayr. I'll be roughly say here, in a small village. Does the fort not say much?
Is present in your
oh, but you've got Dumfries, Glasgow, Stirling, Perth, Edinburgh, Inverness and Aberdeen. And then, what else have we got? What's this? Oh, it's... How can I see so far there? Oh, my watchtower. Helps. So my boats, let's see.
To move your fleet to any part of the highlighted area.
There. Unless there's a way I can get actually rid of her.
This scroll shows a summary of important information about your faction
I meant to check that and I hate her.
Automate construction, recruitment and taxation in all your settlements. Use the slider to decide.
Need to get rid of her every now and then. So I've got a diplomat and a merchant. Now this is about the Scottish Wars of Independence. So for those of you that don't really know much, it was when England was trying to kind of take over Britain. And Scotland wasn't for having it, or at least some of them weren't for having it. Oh, here's us. Oh, King Alexander, perfect, my name. Yeah, for those of you that don't actually know,
Aye, Captain.
Alexander is my, I say Sunday name, because it's the posh name. And there's Alexander Common, lots of Alexanders here. Alexander Stewart, yep, full of them. Any more? Adam de Kilkenath, because he's...
Click on a unit to add it to your
fair
recruitment
enough.
queue. The number of units you can recruit each turn.
Go away. Let's see, Edinburgh, who's at Edinburgh? Patrick Dunbar, now that's alright. Good name. So there we go, there's a fort there with some guys, Highlanders, Highland Archers, Dumfries. Got Highland Rabble and things. So, this is going to be an hour-long episode, and I actually should take a note of when I started recording. Because this, my last software that I was using would actually tell me how long my recording was, which was pretty good. So let's send this diplomat down. And we don't really need men at Aberdeen.
Where to? My king.
You have selected a target.
So let's move those up there. My army in Perth.
Aye, Lord.
This scroll gives you important information and statistics about a particular
Now,
unit.
I know that will
Number
cost
of
me a
men,
lot of money,
training
but I
and
do
upkeep
want
costs, experience, attack and defense values, and special abilities.
all my guys
Use
to be
this
able to...
information to determine how to
Right, how
best
come they don't
build
free
up your
upkeep?
army.
Well, you can go and join the king. Let's see.
Review the state of your
Profit, I'm
faction's
getting £800
finances
profit
here.
at least just now.
You can increase your income by adjusting the tax rate in a settlement,
Is this another
opening up
diplomat?
trade
You
routes, or
win the boat,
exploiting
actually.
natural resources.
And you let them
Your
off
current
there,
treasury
and you
is
can
also
kind of
permanently
explore
displayed
island.
under the end turn button.
A merchant.
Merchant at your service.
Fish, 32 per ton. 18 for grain. 45 for wool, that's a winner so far. There's nothing else. Wool 22. Nothing else that is winning by far. So let's just stand there.
As you say, sire. Opening a new trade lane, sire.
Do 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 do. Right. So now that we've got my army moving,
Right-click to move
Mercy's
your army to any part of the
crossbowmen,
highlighted
highlanders, and you
area.
can get the boats.
Attack by right-clicking on
Right,
the
apologies if
rival
this
army
keeps
or
coming up. I
settlement.
honestly
Merge
can't
with a
help it, to be
friendly
honest.
army or board a fleet
Right,
by
but
moving
let's
onto it.
start building some things. So we want building
This
not
scroll
building
shows you the
browser.
buildings that are available for
Settlement
construction
details, there
in
we
cities
go.
and castles. You can see the existing
probably
buildings
want
in your
roads.
settlement and what can be constructed. Select a type of building on the right to see what can be constructed for each level of a city or castle.
Yeah, that puts that up in a
Right-click on a
public
building
order up and
for a
things.
detailed description.
Good, says Aberdeen. We'll stick at normal tax rate just now. Right, this is Glasgow.
This scroll gives you detailed information about a particular
Probably go with
building.
the city watch in
Use
here.
this information to choose which buildings to construct.
Right, Dumfries,
You
we'll
can
go
also
with
destroy a building
that
to
and then
retrieve some of its
roads.
construction costs.
Stirling.
by
No,
clicking
let's
the
upgrade
Destroy
you right
Building
away.
button on the bottom left of the scroll.
Inverness, get a port in there. I
Left-click on a
want the
building
ports
to
for the
add it to
trading
the
right away.
construction queue.
Perfect
and again
capital.
to remove it. Drag and drop buildings to change their position in the queue. Right-click on a building to find out more about it.
Go there, that
You
gets
can
me
only manage the construction of your
70
settlement if a governor
per
is
ton.
present.
This
Click the
market.
Show Me How button to learn
16
about
per ton.
construction.
Ooh, a siege what's for a trebuchet.
If you
We'll go
are
with a ship,
unsure
right?
of what
Not
to
the
build
best of
next,
trades. Merchant
click my
Wharf.
portrait on the bottom of this
Merchant
scroll
Wharf
for a
gets me more. Let's go with that
construction
just now
suggestion.
anyway.
For a recruitment suggestion, click my
And
portrait when the
recruitment.
recruitment tab is
Yeah,
selected.
we can get some things, so let's just see. Let's get heavy
The
pipe
number on the
militia,
top right of the unit
spear
cards
militia,
shows how many of those units are available to recruit.
ballista.
The rate that units become available for hire depends on the buildings in your settlement. Troops
Edinburgh,
are
I was
trained
going
in
to say I
little
didn't
buildings at
remember
various
seeing
rates
Edinburgh there.
and made available to recruit.
There we go,
in your
and
settlement.
Inverness is a castle, so you usually can recruit more. Yeah, let's get some archers in there. Fuck, we've actually got quite a lot in Inverness. Is there anything? We want a couple of free. That's converting now. Let's go to building browser, let's see what a castle. Stables, to any of them give you free. No, nothing free upkeep units. That's fine.
Use this scroll to construct buildings, recruit troops.
Yeah. The good thing is with this, see, because it is like there's only 5 settle. I'll start again. There's only 5 factions, 6 if you include the rebels. It doesn't take forever to go through everything here. Like so, with Total War Warhammer 2, you've got the Mortal Empires. You've got literally maybe about 100. Here you don't have
Adoption enables you to bring new blood into your ruling family.
new
A
mission
man
take
with
in Velocity,
respectable
that's fine.
command, piety, chivalry, or dread will make a useful addition to your faction.
Right, so there we go. End of term
This
report. We
scroll
lose money. We
details
knew
your
we would.
performance throughout the term.
We're making
including
600
military
per ton.
actions, finances, and your empire's progress. You can review this and more information at any time on the Overview panel.
Right,
Click
Norwegian
Show Me
army,
How
to be
see how
honest.
to access the Overview panel.
Onward.
I'm going to wage war in
This
Norway
scroll shows you the details of a general in
very
your faction.
quickly.
You can also recruit mercenaries that are available for hire in this region.
Our forces.
You can also recruit agents to serve your
Shut
king.
up. Right, let's click on him. That's a diplomat.
Acquisitions. Hold
Now,
your cursor over a resource
I'm not going
to
to
show
ally,
its value,
ally
and
with
move your
them,
merchant
ally
onto
with
it
them.
to commence
But I
trading.
want to find out map information and things like that.
Never. Do you think us foolish and meek? How could you?
With the intentions there.
Do you have to suggest?
Piss off. Let's see, is that still very demand? Oh well,
We
piss
hope
off.
for more fruitful parley.
Go down there to Wales, they'll be more
The
generous with
icons
us.
under your settlement show the
Let's see,
income,
merchant,
loyalty,
let's
and
see,
growth
is there anything
of the settlement.
else?
Icons
Iron
will also
56
appear
per ton.
if the settlement is close to rioting, under siege, or has the plague. Move your mouse over.
Merchant at your service.
Just kind of looking about to see if there is anything that will be really good. I suppose by the time it takes me to get to the island, I don't know if it would be worth it, because it's only an extra, I say only an extra 11 per ton. 11 per ton is very handy. Yeah, we'll stick with that there.
There is currently no governor in this settlement.
I don't
You will
care
need
if
to
there's a
move in
governor
a
or
general
not.
to recruit troops.
Right, Inverness and Stirling, they're kind of going to be the places that are going to... We'll do that. They're going to be my recruiting places just now. If I remember right, in
Double-click on the
medieval
settlement
kind of
to construct buildings,
castles,
recruit units, and manage the settlement.
Allen of Banffshire, nah. Oh, lovely and bright now.
Press the spacebar to toggle the movement speed of characters and armies on the campaign.
In fact,
Use
I want a
backspace to
catapult.
stop a character moving.
Send a ballista up here.
Move out.
Where to?
Right, we'll keep him there. Castles kind of recruit everything for you, and your cities make the money. Right, so let's see,
You
Edinburgh.
can obtain better quality weapons and armour for your men by constructing a blacksmith's,
Let's see,
armourer's, or
£100
foundry
all
in
we're
the
making
settlement.
just now.
Once complete,
So let's get
these
trade
buildings
going. We
provide
can,
superior equipment for all new units
yeah,
trained here.
we need farming, we need trade.
This
Let's
settlement
go for
is a
farms
city.
everywhere if we can.
Your cities are your major source of income from taxation and trade. You will need to ensure that your people stay happy for your city to function at its best.
Yeah, that's fine. And they're obviously saying
This
there'll be
scroll
army there to
shows you
take
the
them,
known
that's fine by
details
me.
of another faction's character. You will find this information useful if you want to acquire a foreign merchant, propose marriage to a
Highlanders,
princess,
2 peasant
or
archers and 2
assassinate
Highland
a
rabble. We could take that. The only thing is my army except for the heavy pipe militia, which are good, but the pikemen, they're not just swordsmen.
Aye, sire. We hold them at siege. Aye, my liege.
So let's just siege it out just now while I have a think, because I don't have that much infantry. Coal, if there's coal there, how much is that worth?
Merchant at your service.
That's only 19.
Merchant at your service.
44 for weapons. If I zoom in, I'll actually see more bits and bobs. See, 56 what I'm at just now. 45 a ton. Right.
The strength of an army is shown on its banner. The more colour on the banner, the more men are present. Any stars next to the army show the command rating of its general.
Let's just leave them there just now.
It is a new turn and season in your campaign. Your treasury has been updated, your armies
Gil
and characters
Patrick
have
of
rested,
Shetland.
and your rivals have made their
Well, I'm
moves.
over here.
It is now your turn to make your next moves to carry out your strategy.
Don't have much to say, no, but
Yes, sire.
I'm glad you did.
Ordering our ship to get a day of service.
Left-click on the boxes that slide down the left of the screen to view important messages. Right-click to dismiss them.
Agent, that's fine.
Financial
Tom,
reports, family announcements,
construction,
missions,
merchant, Stirling's
declarations
upgraded,
of
good
war.
pairs, get a catapult is what I want.
If you want help
It's a
using
400
a scroll
pound.
at any time, then click the question mark on the top right of the scroll.
I am a warrior, not a diplomat. My king, march! Aye. Aye, lord. Aye. Aye, lord. Combining the armies, sire. Onward. Aye.
Now you can move up a
Move
bit
out.
more.
That'll do.
This scroll shows you
They're
the
getting
known
weaker,
details
that's
of another
fine.
faction's
And
settlement,
on this,
including the governor, buildings, and
let's get more
garrisons.
soldiers.
Some details might be missing in the case of neutral or enemy settlements, but a skillful spy can be used to uncover any missing information.
Let's get another watchtower run button.
Onwards.
Oh,
Onward.
Forts and watchtowers can be constructed by armies that are led by a general.
yeah, now we can see the
Watchtowers
full
allow you to
north
see
here.
into adjacent.
We're set for an ambush.
You can click on my portrait to dismiss a piece of advice or replay the last piece of advice. The buttons next to my portrait allow you to change the advice settings, zoom to a location on the map, and show you how to do something.
Suppose
There are
it's
more
money,
advice
we're not
options on
wanting,
the
but we're
game
losing
options
money.
scroll.
We're getting 800 a ton, which is good.
My king, march! We march no further today. Aye. Move it.
When moving around the map, it is important to be aware of enemy armies. Left-click an enemy army to view its zone of movement. Double-click the army to find out
Plus
more
4 to
details.
a general's hit
When an
points,
enemy
perfect.
army is blocking your path,
Yeah,
the
let's go
terrain
for
will
it.
be highlighted in red at the choke point. You must fight the enemy army to pass, or find an alternative route.
War. Alright, relations worse with them, I was going to say
Marching
it's
to
kind
battle,
of...
sire.
Obviously I've got a lot of crossbowmen, that's why I don't want to siege it.
Aye, sire. The siege goes as planned.
Yeah, every time.
Glory!
When you capture a settlement,
Oh.
you have the option to occupy, sack, or exterminate.
There we go,
Occupying
it's
a
this
settlement
what's
brings
got
it
the
under your
agent in
rule
it.
peacefully, but the people might rebel against you. Sacking allows your troops to loot and pillage,
Let's see if we can
which
do
gives an
anything
order
else.
and
So we've
cash
got
bonus,
Inverlocky.
but buildings are damaged and people are killed.
Faction
Exterminating
announcement,
kills
win
most of the
chivalry.
population and reduces the level of the buildings, but brings the population
Mission
under your
success, we
control.
get some money for that.
Going ashore. Awaiting
Path
your
locked,
command.
I'm presuming it's
Aye,
you.
my king. Of course, sire.
Right, so that's fine. I don't like the fact that
This
there's a small
scroll
army
shows
there.
you
I
the
know it's
known
only
details of
peasants.
another faction's army
But-
or fleet. Any question marks indicate hidden details, which a skillful spy will be able to uncover.
2 tons
Knowing
of
the
surrender.
composition of
They've
an
got
enemy's
a
army
4-star
allows
army
you to
there.
tailor your army to their weaknesses.
Aye, lord. March!
But
Aye. My king. My lord.
you could do kind of 4, 8, 9.
Aye, lord. Aye.
Here's 6.
Move out.
1,
Aye.
2, 3, 4,
Joining our
5, 6,
forces.
7, 8, 9.
Your
That would
army
be
cannot
10.
move any further this turn. It will be able to move again next turn.
Probably won't.
Aye,
Let's see,
lord.
Highlanders.
My king.
Let's send Jews back then.
That'll do him today, sire.
Right, so there's Siege and Sky. Right, let's see. I want to. There's a village here. Let's see, do I have anything?
Aye. Aye,
You
lord.
move there.
Onward.
There it is.
We march no further today.
So let's go.
Aye, my liege.
My king. Aye, lord.
Your generals can hire mercenaries to fight in their armies, but be aware of their hire costs. To hire mercenaries, click on the recruitment button.
Oh, good, a fight here. Good. Right, so it looks like they should beat me maybe. It's just slightly in their favour. I've got Svenna, which just looks like basic horsemen. The Huskarls are good. Viking Raiders are. To be honest, the Norwegian army is pretty good, and then inside it's mainly archer. I've got 2 units of Huskarls, but it's mainly crossbowmen. The thing is, right, I do have some cavalry on me. Right, let's fight it.
For the king!
Is there a battle speech? Doesn't seem to be. Right. So, oh, I want this hill. Right, pikes there. I didn't realise I had as many archers. Used to there and used to there.
The enemy are...
You can change the facing, width, and length of your units by using the mouse. Select the units you wish to change, then hold down the right mouse button and move the mouse to change their position, formation, and facing. When you release the right mouse button, they will carry out your orders.
Move quickly!
Yeah. Now, are they actually coming towards me? Good. Maybe... How are they coming in? They've actually got quite a while till they're here.
Assemble the lads!
Right, let's go down to ×2 Raiders, Huskarls, and then light cavalry. Let's see. Oh, they can fire pretty much right away. Good. I'll wait a bit, get them off skirmish.
You have pressed the skirmish mode button for the first time. This button toggles
just let him
skirmish mode
speak.
on and off for the selected troops. When in skirmish mode, troops will avoid getting into hand-to-hand combat by keeping their distance from enemy troops. Missile troops, like archers, are always in skirmish mode. You will need to turn the skirmish mode off if you want them to stand and fight. The enemy cavalry will be able to run down your missile infantry. Keep a melee unit nearby them so that your archers can run behind it to safety.
Right, you go there
Our
to
men
get
are
the
winning the
guy.
battle.
Your missile units can also attack in hand-to-hand combat if
Yeah,
needed.
but I'm not gonna.
Select your missile units, hold down the Alt key, and right-click on the unit you wish to engage in melee.
The enemy general has no honor. He flees the field of battle.
In causing an enemy rout, timing is everything. When you find weak spots in the enemy, weaken them until they are wavering, and then hit
I don't know
them
if they're
hard
actually
to
still
cause
coming
them
in.
to rout. The more units you can rout simultaneously, the more chance the whole army will panic and run. When cavalry charge, they cause extra casualties due to the momentum of their attack. A cycle of charge, withdraw, charge causes maximum casualties
And
for
you
minimum
just go there,
losses.
let's walk.
Repeat until done.
Right.
You press the
Archers.
fire at will button for the first time. This toggles fire at will on and off for the selected troops. Toggle
And you
fire
guys
at
may
will
as well
off
chase
if
them
you
all
wish to
down.
preserve ammunition.
Let's just double speed. So we've killed a quarter of their army, that's including their reinforcements obviously. and we're chasing them down to kill more. That's them dead, 8 of them. Let's get 33 dismounted Huskarus here. I think that's a chevron I've got, I don't know if I had that or not.
You have pressed the Special Unit Abilities button for the first time.
I pressed it earlier, I
This
thought.
activates any special formations or abilities of the
Very
selected
good. It's
unit.
showing it's almost a set now
As you
because they're starting
select
to enter.
different units, you will see the button change. If the selected unit does not have a special ability, the button will become a red circle with a line through it.
So far I've captured 195. I've got to about 200 and something. Oh Jesus, loads of folk playing. Right, run by them. Now attack. Now see how quick it's up. Sometimes you just need to do that. Right, that'll do. Let's fall back. The plan that I had seemed to work. Pikes in the middle. The infantry at rear, and yeah, we'll go with that. We'll do times 6. Let's see Victor's distinct possibility now. They do have better troops, even though they've not got as many men, definitely now. They do have better troops. Now, if they're not going to come to me, I suppose I better go to them. Once we get there, we'll wait. Because they might not come, they might not like move up, they might just send some units up at a time. Which, yeah, the cavalry bring them right into my pikes. There's my king, not my king, sorry. He's a wee bit winded. In fact, wait, this army's mainly archers if I remember right. So, in fact, they're right to the edge.
Poor quality infantry with armor and shields make great targets for drawing fire from enemy archers. Use them to protect your more valuable units. The best way to clear away enemy missile infantry is a direct cavalry charge. However, be wary of them retreating to terrain that is difficult for your cavalry to manage, or where there are friendly units that could threaten you.
I'll send the cavalry around.
It is possible to
Let's
set
get out to
arrows
fire
of
them.
light to rain fire and death down upon the enemy. Flaming arrows have reduced accuracy, but are more devastating when they land, and have a greater effect on morale.
Yeah.
Left-click the Show Me How button to
Oh,
see
good,
how
they're
to do
round.
this.
Very good. They're on the run now, they're on the run. Good, look at all these casualties sticking up now, or stacking up I should say, not sticking up. Yep, you
Foolish
just keep
enemy
shooting
are
them to
facing
death.
away from your missile troops. Without their shields for protection, they're a great target.
I thought it said no battle time on it, I must have said there was a battle time on it. There's at least another chevron of experience there. And I said I wasn't sure if he had one to start with. He only had one earlier, so he's got 2 now. I won't reach them, but may as well just send them to run. There we go, good solid victory to start with.
By Saint Andrew, our foe is utterly vanquished. Let all who remember this day remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
Casualties inflicted 74, but my general never actually killed anybody, they just caught 242 prisoners, wow. Perfect. Perfect.
You have taken prisoners from your victorious battle and can now decide their fate. You will be the dread lord and execute them,
Execute.
chivalrous knight, and return their freedom.
Oh, perfect, I've taken the fort.
Your foes lie dead at my feet.
You will need to start capturing more settlements soon to ensure you have enough income to support your army. Any nearby
I'll
rebel
set a famous
settlements
battle.
are a good place to start.
Aye, Lord.
A new
Your
mission.
first mission has arrived.
Send emissaries
You
to
will receive
Wales.
missions and requests from various
Oh,
people from time to time.
Perfect.
Completing missions involves certain benefits, but ignoring them can result in negative consequences.
It seems planning to make a more considerate
That.
proposal, we hope. I accept this wonderful deal with pleasure.
Why not ally
Good
with
day to you.
Wales?
Yes, sire. Today's journey is over, sire.
Mission success, 2 units of Highland rabble, really? So my command on that battle, they get +2 command.
Aye. My king.
Send your army into a forest and they'll wait to ambush passing enemies. But beware, hidden enemies can ambush your
Highlanders,
armies
peasant
in the
archers,
same
and
way.
Highland rabble.
Click on the items on the left to make an offer or demand. Your current agreements with this faction are displayed on the right.
Ooh, what's
Consider
slightly
the
better than what I've got
balance of the
here.
agreement at hand and accept or reject the offer by using the buttons at the bottom of the screen.
Right, so now we've got a fort.
Aye, farewell.
It's handy.
Aye. That'll do him today,
Right,
sir.
let's see.
You will need to
Over
construct
here.
buildings to produce troops and improve
Let's spend
your
our money in
cities. To
farming.
construct buildings, double-click on a settlement and add buildings to your construction queue. If there is no
Yeah, that'll
permanent,
do. So what are we? We're at 35
when you
minutes
end
and
your turn,
David
your
our
hero
Infantry,
moves
sorry
you
pal,
from
you
your
look pretty
rival's
decent, but I
characters.
can't
You
afford
can
you.
choose to not follow these characters on the game options scroll. This will reduce the
And
time
Balocki
between
got an
your
upgrade
turns.
actually. And another upgrade, why not? Right, let's see, we need a wee boat up here because...
Engage me, or be gone.
Aye, Lord.
Yeah. But,
You will need to recruit units to defend your position and expand your army.
don't have enough
To
funds,
recruit
that's fine.
units, double-click on a settlement and select the recruitment tab.
Aye. March!
Waiting a couple of turns then, we'll siege there. Pretty good as well, but no.
If you need to refer to them later,
Take the Isle
details of your
15
current
tons, I could
missions are
possibly
kept
do
on the
that.
missions scroll. Left-click the Show Me How button to see how to access the missions scroll.
There we'll get day 3 this turn.
My king. Aye.
Oh,
Forward!
Jesus, I didn't realise there was a city, yeah, bit there.
Aye.
An enemy to crush. Forming into a mighty horde, sire. They'll be
I
begging
honestly
for
didn't
their
know there was
lives
anything
soon.
there. Frightened my life there when that popped up. Another turn or two.
My king. March!
Malcolm of Aberdeen. We can stay in Aberdeen battle. Let's see, 1,600 per turn, good. He's moved his army out of the capital
Aye, my lord.
to take the
Scroll
fort.
shows the outcome of the battle and some basic statistics. You can view more detailed results of the battle by clicking the Show Battle Statistics button on the bottom right of the scroll.
Right, what I don't get there is when I say that he's taking the fort, because
When attacking a settlement, you must either have siege artillery in your army or construct siege equipment on the battlefield. Equipment that is unsuitable for use on a settlement's defences
he's
is
going to
greyed
lose
out.
his
The time taken to build is
capital.
Move swiftly to repel enemy armies from your territory. If left standing in a region,
Norwegian
it will
king
automatically inflict damage to the
arrives.
surrounding roads, farms, mines, ports,
I think
and
he
natural
arrives up
resources.
here.
This will in turn affect your settlement's trade income and population growth.
If it is the fight you wish,
Right,
come closer. Aye, Captain. Cutting their thought off for
but let's go there.
course plotted, Captain.
I'm sure he arrives up there.
An enemy to crush.
Maintaining a siege on a settlement.
They'll be begging for their lives soon. March!
There we go, it's saying that I'm not miles ahead of him.
Slaughter! To arms, bonny Scotsman. Our foes have blood that needs shedding! Units!
Your siege
There we go,
equipment
to
is
arms,
automatically
Bonnie
attached to
Scotsman.
one of your infantry units. Units with siege equipment are marked with an icon representing the siege equipment they are manning on their unit card. If you wish to have troops drop the siege equipment, click on the Drop Siege Equipment icon. To have another unit pick up a piece of spare equipment, select the unit and right-click on the equipment when the cursor changes to a hand. Left-click on Show Me How for details of your objectives, as well as the use of battering rams, ladders and towers.
You destroy that. You destroy the gates. You just go up there. So you take a look, you're not doing that wall. Did I lose anybody there? No, but getting them off the wall. May as well just keep damaging the wall anyway. Let's see how's the gate going. Gate's damaged.
Our siege towers are at the walls. Our enemy have nowhere to hide now.
Perfect. Let's see, they're coming over here to the walls. 2 units of highlanders against 1 unit of dismounted Huskarls. Even if you don't win, all you need to do is keep them busy. I prefer to kind of barely take damage. Yeah, no, that's fine. Because you've activated that tower now, I think. Let's get them up there to help. Oh, geez, that looks like there's a lot more
Our men are winning
Huskarls
the battle. If we continue like this, we will
than
smash the
anything else
enemy.
getting battered. Yeah, they are. 60 for the gates, 29 for walls. See, to be honest, we'll be able to just fire it in. Those can't be gates actually. But can you start that? Right, if you can got there, that'd be good.
Our men have reached the walls.
You have successfully used a ram to destroy an enemy gate. Quickly send troops through the breach and establish a foothold in the settlement before they can force you out.
Ah, by St. Andrew, we have breached our enemy's walls.
There we go, get the phalanx going. As it's spear bowling, this one it's called. Just to make sure, because I don't know if their tubbers technically attack me. I must admit, it doesn't look like they're attacking me.
The Lord is with us today. We have captured the enemy's walls.
So we'll take it through that gate there. And shoot the guard. There's no point taking casualties needlessly. So I asked them for walls. Let's go to ×2. So we see some come on, what a nice hit here, right in the general. Oh, overhead there. Did that one hit me? No. Watch this, when you go to ×6 you'll miss them. Now what did we go at? Oh, there we go.
From enemy artillery, you will suffer fewer casualties if you put your men into loose formation.
37, about 45,
Left
that's 8
click on
dead.
Show me how to see how to change formation.
A handful of
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half
Huskarls.
their men.
So 1337. One Oscaro, that was that. I may as well use the ammo. Oh, up 2. There's a couple down. Oh, that'd been a good hit, because that went right along them. Was that a whole lot was there, or was that just me the now? That was just me the now. A perfect hit up there would be great. one. Oh, well, it's better than nothing. Oh well. Right, so let's get the fuck start. I know it's wasting time, but I don't want, because their cavalry can still kind of rip my guys a new one. But that's just.
Spearmen are the best troops for defeating cavalry. Left click the show me how button to zoom to your unit.
See, they're not even going to charge me, so I'm just going to stand still.
By St. Andrew, our men have taken control of the castle.
Once your men are in combat, you can make them break off by double right-clicking on a point behind them. This can be a useful trick if your men are faster than the enemy. When using this tactic, however,
10,
it is inevitable that you will lose a few men.
Come on, point these spears down, guys.
The battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
There's magic anyway.
Enemy cavalry are readying an attack on the flanks of these already engaged spearmen. Either pull them back,
that's their
or
general
commit
gone.
other
What was
troops
it?
support.
Nut.
Left
Nut
click the show me
Hutchinson.
how button to zoom to your unit.
By the saints, our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, all of Christendom will be in awe of the victory we have won here today.
Catapult 20. Not bad. Ouch.
Glorious slaughter, men.
If you move a general into a settlement, he becomes the governor. Generals with high piety, chivalry, or dread make better governors. In the absence of a general, your settlement will be automatically managed.
And dread.
This place has fallen before us, sire.
You can retrain units that have suffered loss.
Then we'll send some units back to go and take that again.
Right-click on a foreign merchant to attempt to acquire their assets. If you are successful, the foreign merchant will be put out of business. If you fail the acquisition, your merchant might be forced to retire.
I am not here to negotiate. I am a warrior.
Oh, it's a small English, I was going to say, go on yourself.
We are not your enemy.
We'll see if they want to sell it out to me. If no, then that's perfect.
A victory all Scotland will sing of. We have brought lands and glory.
This settlement is a castle. Your castles will be your unit production centres.
Right, recruitment,
Castles produce little
repair.
income. The population
That's
is
fine.
easier to
Jesus,
keep content than in cities.
Marion.
Castles and cities differ in the buildings you can construct and the units you can recruit. You will need a balance of castles and cities to ensure you can support your troops. Right-click on a unit's portrait to view detailed information about that unit. This information is helpful when This scroll shows you the details of...
We'll be forced to engage the enemy. Aye, lads! Victory! Aye, my lord. Engaging the enemy fleet. These be Scottish waters now, sire.
Right, so who do I go here?
We'll be burdened to engage the enemy. Ah, man the oars! Row for your lives! Aye. Forward!
Which one was just
That'll
going
do
that way?
today, sire. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. I cannot sail further today.
Aye, my liege.
My king. Dropping anchor until the morrow,
Right,
sire.
move there we go. Right, yeah, we're doing okay, we're doing okay. Now that's a character. Are they attacking? Good, so I can defend my city. It was repaired, I do believe.
Prepare to beat them back.
Right, so bring it on. Yeah, I'll jump into one big army as you want.
This agent has been idle for some time. If you're unsure of what to do, double-click on your agent and press the question mark in the top right-hand corner.
Bolton foot me there really good.
If it is a fight you wish, come closer. Aye. Aye, Lord.
Right.
Fleet ready.
Taking the men ashore, sire. Aye, my liege. Leading the men with honor, sire. We shall hold them to siege, sire. Aye,
Forts enable the defense of strategic positions without a settlement. An army led by a general can build a fort in any region. To build a fort,
let's get
left-click the construction button when outside a settlement.
Land clearances.
The button will be greyed out
I
if the
thought I'd
terrain
already
is not
done farms in a lot of these
suitable, or there
places.
is no general in your army.
Right, and a couple turns in, I'll maybe just need to sally out
The
fighting.
enemy fleet attacks. Pull back and disengage. The enemy's not stopping. Ugh, we cannot sail further today.
Right.
Aye. Aye. Forward.
aye, my liege.
We'll just leave that because there's no point in losing men needlessly. But Inverness, let's just keep recruiting because I could maybe be doing with some guys very, very soon.
Battle will resolve our differences.
There's some catapults, right, that's them attacking me. He's got 3 catapults. I'll tell you what guys, that is pretty much time up. So we'll do this battle on the next episode, the Battle of Wick. So thank you very much for watching, ProudPidgezard out to the new.